First thing we're going to look at is the level change. So I'm going to be in my stance here. If it's more of a kickboxing stance, it's going to be up nice and high here. What I'm going to do is going to tie my laces. Okay? So you can make the motion to tie the laces just for a reference point, keeping your head up and your back straight. Okay? So you're going to tie your laces on your front leg. Okay? Once you get used to doing that, then you're just going to drop it, you're going to keep your hands here. But generally, for mixed martial arts, I'm going to keep my hands here just in case the knee comes in. Now we've got the low level change, which is the lace tie, okay? Or we got halfway, where we just come in here. Okay, so we're just coming halfway down. So once I get that down, we can integrate that into our movement. So we can move forwards, backwards, left and right, and then we can just level change at any point. Okay. So get used to moving and level changing. I could then maybe add in some strikes if I wanted to strike. If I'm just pure grappling and wrestling, I want to get in a nice stance here and I'm just going to be moving and I'm just going to level change. Level change. Yeah. Could be either stance. Yeah. Level change. Drop back. Level change. Okay. If I want to strike, I'm going to be shadow boxing. Just going to be hitting here, working my punches, my head movement, and then level change. Okay, so it's a fantastic way just to warm the body up, also get our level change to allow us to do our next segment for our double leg takedown. Once we practice our level change, we're going to look at the penetration step. Okay, so the penetration step is going to start here. We start with the level change here, lace tying here. I'm going to rock my body weight over my knee. Okay, so as my body weight comes over my knee, over my lead toes, I'm going to put my knee to the floor. Now my back leg, also known as the trail leg, is going to start stepping up here. It's going to allow me to drive off, base off this leg, and drive up and drive sideways. So we're going to go from a low position back to a high position whilst cutting across the corner. Okay, so we're going to be here, we're going to level change, rock over, trail leg comes up, and then drive off this way. A little bit like if we had a sword and we're lunging with a fence, with the stab here. Okay, so a level change, rock over, penetrate my knees, step up, and drive. Let me just show you from the side. Level change, rock over, trail leg comes up, drive off my foot. The key here is really to practice that level change, because what we don't want to do is just come from here and start slamming our knee straight into the floor from here. You're going to pick up an injury pretty quickly on that lead knee. So get your body nice and low here, then start to rock over, back leg up, and then drive off to the side. Okay, if we do a little bit more fluidity and a little bit more explosion, we can start to build up the speed of our technique here. And it's a motion that I don't want to stop. I don't want to shoot in and stop. I want to keep that movement going the whole time. So start off slow, but it's a continuous movement. Okay, that's the key to finishing your double leg takedown. So now we've got that level change and the penetration step working. We look at a distance for our takedown. Now it's really important that we don't shoot from too far away. Okay? If I'm too far away from Martin, meaning we're not attached to each other, and I shoot from more than arm's length away, it's going to give him too much time to react. Okay? So if I start shooting in like this, he can just move himself out of the way, or he's just going to hit me with something like a knee. Alright? So I want to measure, I generally want to be no more than arm's length away. Once I get this arm length distance here, I'm going to level change. Okay, so hand or palm on the forearm, on your lead arm. Okay, level change. Once we level change, little step forward, my knee's going to rock, and my shoulder's going to hit, and my head is going to hit here, and then my head's going to skim to the outside here. Okay, now once my head's outside, I bring my trail leg up, I step, and then I just push him gently to the side. My hands, once I've measured and I level change it and I drive here, my hands just go to the back of the knees, okay? Like this. And my leg's going to step up and I'm going to start driving to the side. Okay? Keep doing the other side. So if I touch, level change, penetration step here, step the toe leg up and then drive to the side. Okay, so the most important thing in this aspect when we're practicing is just getting the correct distance. Okay, so measure here, then level change here, shoot in, and then drive to the side. And you don't have to take your partner down every single time. Just learn to take that balance, what we call Kazushi training, where we're just taking our opponent's balance. So level change here, shoot in, and drive to the side. Another key component for a successful double leg takedown is keeping our structure and our spinal alignment. So if I'm in here, I measure really well, I level change, I'm coming down and coming in as I shoot in. Now, if I keep my head down and my back is like this, down, crumpled, you probably have the ability to just sprawl on me and start to put my head down on the mat. Okay? Which is, it's not going to be good for you. The other problem you may run into if your head is down is a guillotine choke. So you may be able to wrap my neck and start to choke me. Guillotine choke in amateur mixed martial arts is probably number one submission. Okay, we're fighting, one of us gets hit, the other guy goes for a takedown, maybe from a wrong distance with the head down, and the guy snags a guillotine choke and then it's all over. Okay, so this is a good drill to be able to keep your spinal alignment. You're going to measure, you're going to shoot, level change, shoot in, and when I'm here I bring the toe leg up and I make sure my hip comes in. See how my hips are back? I want to drive my hips in like this, so I'm up nice and tall. See him coming up on his tippy toes? Okay, now sprawl mark. Nothing happens. Okay? So when I'm driving in, I level change and I penetration step, I want to start pushing my hip forward. A bit like when I'm going to lift a heavy weight. If I'm going to like deadlift a weight here, I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to drive my hips in. It's no different. That's where I'm going to get my power from my hips. Here, I drive in, I keep my hips in nice and tight, look, here. Now if he sprawls, nothing's going to happen to my structure. I'm going to maintain my structure the whole time, which is really, really important, okay? If I put my head down, you're going to get sprawled on. If I put my head down, possibly I can get choked. Okay, so practice that drill. It's a great way to prevent the sprawl and also get that penetration with your hip. Make you take down really, really easy. You'll find that your opponent becomes really light. You feel yourself getting lifted up off the floor. Following on from the previous drill, we looked at keeping our neck safe so we don't get guillotined. One sure way to help this is to imagine your head as the third hand. So when I'm shooting in, I'm trying to get my shoulder in here. I'm trying to hit him with my shoulder here and drive him backwards. See how he's kind of leaning forward a little bit? My hips are in. I don't really need to use my hands straight away. If I start using my hands, what tends to happen is this. I start reaching with my hands and I haven't got the penetration. So try and keep your hands in and even better, don't even use those hands at all. Okay, so we just measure with a hand to start with. Now my hands are just going to stay here. I'm going to level change, I'm going to shoot in. I'm going to make him tackle a little bit over my body. Now from here, I'm going to look across his back. So I'm looking up across his back. This is going to allow me to keep my head up. So if he wants to wrap my neck, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to drive my head down. So my head is up here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to throw him by with my head. I'm just going to move him with my head. Okay, come on this side now. So level change here, shoot in, hips in, and then drive with the head. Okay, so we're keeping that head up in a good position. So level change, shoot in, hips in, and drive with the head. This is a fantastic drill not to be able to start reaching with your hands. So I don't want to start going, reaching like this. Okay, get myself in, get my hips in here, and then drive across with my head. So we use those in class. A lot to be able to get the correct penetration with the hip, the shoulder, the spinal alignment, and then keeping the head safe without relying on the hands. And when you start adding in those hands, takedown becomes easy.